You plant a fig tree with big expectations. You imagine heavy branches bending under sweet, ripe figs. But months turn into years, and all you see are leaves. Now here's the surprising part. Some gardeners grow fig trees in the ground for years and struggle to get fruit, while others grow the same tree in a simple pot and harvest figs much sooner. So what's really better? Is planting in the ground the natural choice, or is a container actually the secret to better fig harvests? Today, we're breaking down the real difference between growing fig trees in pots versus the ground, and why choosing the wrong method could be the reason your fig tree isn't performing the way you expect. Fig trees are often labeled as easy fruit trees, but that advice leaves out one crucial detail. How and where you plant them matters more than almost anything else. Many gardeners assume that putting a fig tree into the ground automatically gives it the best chance to grow. Others worry that keeping a fig tree in a pot will stunt it or limit fruit production. The truth is, both ideas are only partially correct. In this video, we'll compare fig trees grown in pots and fig trees grown directly in the ground, focusing on growth behavior, fruiting performance, climate control, and long-term care. By the end, you'll know exactly which option fits your space, climate, and gardening goals, so you can stop guessing and start growing figs with confidence. Growing fig trees in pots. Growing fig trees in pots has become increasingly popular among home gardeners, and for good reason. One of the biggest advantages of container growing is root control. Fig trees are naturally vigorous growers. When their roots are restricted by a pot, the tree shifts its energy away from producing endless leaves and branches and instead focuses on reproduction. This often leads to earlier flowering and more reliable fruiting compared to trees planted directly in the ground. Another major benefit of growing figs in pots is the complete control over soil conditions. Fig trees require well-draining soil to thrive. In the ground, gardeners must work with whatever soil they have, whether it's sandy, clay-heavy, or compacted. In a pot, you can create the perfect soil mix with good drainage, balanced nutrients, and proper aeration. This reduces the risk of root rot, nutrient deficiencies, and stress-related fruit drop. Climate flexibility is another powerful advantage. Fig trees love warmth, but can struggle in cold winters or sudden temperature drops. A fig tree in a pot can be moved to a protected area, such as a greenhouse, garage, or sheltered patio during extreme weather. This ability to control exposure often makes the difference between a tree that survives and one that thrives, especially in regions with unpredictable climates. Maintenance is generally easier with potted fig trees. Their smaller size allows for simple pruning, better airflow, and easier pest monitoring. You can shape the tree to encourage sunlight penetration, which directly improves fruit quality. Harvesting is also more convenient because fruit stays within reach instead of growing high on large branches. However, container growing does come with responsibilities. Pots dry out faster than ground soil, meaning the tree needs more frequent watering, especially during hot seasons. Nutrients also leach out more quickly, so regular feeding is essential. Over time, roots can become crowded, requiring repotting or root pruning every few years to maintain healthy growth. Despite these challenges, many gardeners find that container fig trees deliver consistent results, better fruit quality, and fewer long-term problems. For small spaces, cold climates, or anyone seeking predictable harvests, growing figs in pots is often the smarter and more forgiving option.
Growing fig trees in the ground. Planting a fig tree directly in the ground allows it to grow in a more natural and unrestricted way. With unlimited space, roots can spread deep and wide, accessing water and nutrients that potted trees cannot reach. In warm climates with loose, well-draining soil, ground-grown fig trees can become extremely strong and resilient once established. One of the biggest advantages of ground planting is long-term productivity. After several years of growth, a mature fig tree in the ground can produce large harvests season after season. These trees often live for decades, becoming a permanent and valuable part of the garden landscape. Once established, they also require less frequent watering than potted trees because their roots tap into deeper soil moisture. However, this freedom can also be a disadvantage. Fig trees planted in the ground often focus on vegetative growth instead of fruiting, especially in their early years. Gardeners may see lush green leaves and thick branches, but very few figs. This happens because the tree prioritizes expansion rather than reproduction when resources are abundant. Soil quality is another critical factor. Poor drainage, heavy clay, or compacted soil can lead to root problems that are difficult to correct once the tree is planted. Unlike pots, where soil can be changed easily, in-ground trees are permanent. If conditions are wrong, the tree may struggle for years. Climate exposure also plays a major role. Ground-grown fig trees are fully exposed to frost, heat waves, and heavy rain. In colder regions, winter damage can kill branches or delay fruiting. Large trees are also harder to prune, spray, and protect from pests as they mature. In-ground fig trees require patience and space. They reward gardeners who live in the right climate and are willing to wait several years for peak production. While they can eventually outperform potted trees in yield, success depends heavily on soil quality, weather stability, and long-term care. So when it comes to growing fig trees in pots versus in the ground, there is no single best method, only the method that works best for your space, climate, and expectations. Pots offer control, earlier fruiting, and easier protection, while ground planting offers long-term growth and heavy harvests when conditions are right. The key is understanding what your fig tree needs, not forcing it to grow the way we think it should. Once you match the planting method to your environment, fig trees do exactly what they're designed to do: produce fruit. If this video helped you make a clearer decision, let us know in the comments. Are you growing your fig tree in a pot or in the ground? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more science-based gardening guides, and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip that helps your garden grow smarter, not harder. Thanks for watching, and happy fig growing!